It was an interesting moment because a week prior to that, a few of my family members in Afghanistan had passed away from malnourishment. They didn't have enough to purchase their own meals, and unfortunately passed away. And I was wondering, how do I bring the most intimate part of myself, my home, to this stage and offer it as part of this conversation? And so I'd like to open up this evening with a poem, an ode to my favorite dish, also an ode to my mother's hands, Qabuli Palow. And for those of you who do not know, Qabuli comes from Qabuli, which is where my father is from, and we say we're Qabuli, and Palow is the name of the food. So this poem is an offering for you all. With salt and pepper hair, my mother teaches me to taste my words before I spit them out. Her tongue is seasoned spicier than her kebabs. Her hands only know the language of making mantu off her mother's menu. So heritage runs down the throat and into the bloodline. Her favorite home is the kitchen, where the sun melts good morning through blindfolds and hands are already at work. She taught me lessons while cooking Qabuli Palow, gave me the recipe as she said, before you wash your hands, make wudu. Watch sins run down the drain so they don't end up in our family's food. And only make wudu with river water. Only then Zamzam will drip down the elbows for 10 cups of holy water. The ocean on your tongue is a language. You break the rocks in its path for 2 tablespoons of sea salt. Straighten your spine when you stand in the name of your Lord. If they tug, you pull on the roots of Aghajan's strength for 4 carats. Bent elbows and bent knees with nothing but a prayer in pocket. Push picked and plucked grapes of survival from vines, strangling a future worth striving for. Dry up the bittersweet taste of toil for a cup of raisins. When you carry the weight of a crumbling country on your shoulders, you do not dust off her foundation, rather surrender to her sweetness for a kilogram of rice. Join all ingredients together for 2 hours. With the stories of my ancestors folded in the creases of my mother's palms, she holds a plate of Qabuli Palow, fresh off the stove. This mountain of brown rice with glistening carrots and raisins at its peak echoes my fingerprints into the soil of Afghanistan. And there is something so emulsifying about a table of food making history seem so easy to touch, to taste. Bismillah.